I'm going to stay seated because I already feel like we're standing way above you. And even at City Council, if you've all been down there, I feel like we're always way far away from the people, and we're even farther here tonight. So at least I won't stand up over you. Taxes. When I campaigned years ago, I went to thousands of doors, and every door said taxes are too high. This is not a new subject for me, and it's not a new concern. I have a mortgage, and I pay big taxes. So I know what it's like, and I've lived all over the United States, and I gotta tell you, we've got a tax issue here. Now, it's not totally because spending is bad. It's partly a problem of 50% of the properties being on nonprofit. And that's something that we have to always figure in, and how are we going to deal with that. I had a press conference on Monday talking about investing in La Crosse and an action plan on the things that I would like to do immediately upon becoming mayor if I'm elected. Last year, because I have been concerned, I've been trying to work with the current administration, and one of the reasons I ran for mayor is because I didn't think we were getting to goals that I was hoping to accomplish. I did legislation that actually was bringing council members and department heads together to talk about what the problems and the issues are for the city and have some goals. People don't know this, but we actually don't ever do that. We just really meet in the chambers, and we don't have very many opportunities to actually talk to one another and do these kinds of things. So last September, we finally got together, and in the beginning of the day, everybody was pretty nervous. We don't normally work side by side with each other and share our viewpoints and thoughts. But we had a moderator, and through the day it got better and better and better. And by the end of the day, I have to tell you, it was the best event probably I've attended in my whole 4 years with the council. By the end of the day, we were looking at goals. We were looking at what should the vision of the city be, how can we bring everybody in, what are the things we do well. Contrary to what Mr. Harder said, values that we get are not the same as spending. It's a different thing. The values of the things we get, I think people are agreed upon. We have great schools, great parks. This is a beautiful place and a comfortable place to live. I've lived where we've had to pay for water, or garbage pickup was by 6 or 7 different suppliers, and so everybody's garbage trucks are going by with different names on them. So I understand when you don't have good services, or you couldn't drink the water, all sorts of different schools were the worst in the nation. I've lived in the South. So services and values are something that we want to provide, but how do we do it in an efficient way? When we left that day, we had the #1 goal was to look at different ways to tax so that the property tax owners that live in the city of La Crosse don't have the whole share of the burden for the county. That's currently the situation. You know, all of the services are in the community that we live in and pay property tax, where I'm assuming most of you are city residents. How do we work with that? What are the different things that we can do? And we were supposed to meet again in a couple months, and that was not followed through on, and that would just be the current administration. And again, there's a reason that I ran against an incumbent for mayor when I was there. There are changes that I would like to see, and I know that I can accomplish those. Once the election takes place, if I'm the mayor and the new council, we will convene again, and we will start right away tackling these problems. That's the #1 issue I want to look at. The second one would be working with the economy and the problems that we're facing because of the change in the working environment here. And looking at the budget, I've said we will overhaul every budget. We will look for inefficiencies. We don't necessarily have to cut services. I've seen enough problems in different budgets that I think if we just became more efficient, we'd be able to keep the same services and just become more efficient about it. And we'll talk more about that in question #4.